Now we're rolling. Damage Plan MMA podcast. I'm Jason. As always, my co-host, Mr. Zack Partridge. What up, dog?
What up, homie?
Hey, that's a pretty nice shirt you got on there.
Yeah, I figured it's time to shout out George. You know, we give him a few shout outs here on the podcast, but we have his sauced up salsa stuff on the podcast today.
Best sauce on the planet. I need to order some more. I'm glad you reminded me because
Yeah,
that stuff is
You do.
bomb.
Yeah.
Put a little bit out on your eggs or your ground turkey, your tacos.
Mango habanero.
That's probably too hot for me. I'm too gringo.
It's not that bad. Put your big boy pants on.
I can't handle the hotness. Just can't handle it.
Put your big boy pants on.
I'm getting old. Taste buds are changing. Oh, hey. Check out the banner on the bottom. Purchase tickets for Fierce Fighting Championship 19 April 30th at the Maverick Center. FierceFightingChampionship.com. Go there, get your tickets. We're less than 2 weeks away now, Zach.
We're getting there.
2 weeks away. Exciting. Got some more fighter spotlight interviews coming up this week. We got Joe Haro coming on here at 2:00. We'll have 2 or 3 for you guys on Friday that we're lining up right now. Cole Schaefer. Yeah. I'm excited.
Good.
Yeah. Ray Ostrander, he's coming on Friday for sure.
Very cool.
Ethan Goodwin, I think, from Vegas. Extreme Couture guy. He's coming on. He's been on before. His awesome interview. Kid's awesome.
Yeah.
He's a fun kid.
That'd be good.
So, all right. We got to start off with Bellator because there's a little bit of controversy in the actually in both fights. In the Corey Anderson and Nemkov. If you remember, if you listened to our podcast on Friday, I didn't pick him, but I said, don't be surprised. And I text you after the first round. I'm like, Corey Anderson ain't winning because Nemkov was looking good.
You backtracked on your pick pretty quick after one round.
Well, Nemkov was looking good. Corey Anderson it seemed like he was just trying to feel him out, which he said afterwards that's what he was doing. And then the second round, he ended up getting the takedown, and Nemkov had no answer. What do you think of them stopping it with 3 seconds left? Because Trigg told him to keep going. He's like, keep fighting. And Corey Anderson said, no, we collided heads. Do you just let it go? I mean, he's 3 seconds. He's the champ. Like, he's the champ. You put yourself in that position.
I mean, I don't think he realized that he cost himself the belt when he did that.
Oh, he 100% didn't realize that.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
yeah, he didn't realize that.
And if
he thought he won.
So I've had conversations with people like on the commission and stuff that they've been to so many fights and been a part of so many fights that they almost have an internal clock in their head where they're like, you know, like they know, like they know when that clapper's about to happen. And once it's inside the clapper, you kind of just got to let it go.
That was a nasty cut, though. That was nasty. And I got to give props to Corey Anderson because he was pretty heated in that moment and didn't end up wanting to shake hands. Like, he was pretty upset, and then he quickly reversed that.
It wasn't Nemkov's.
No. But just in the moment, you could see that how upset he was, and then for him to snap out of it as quick as he did, I did like to see that. Pitbull, AJ McKee. I think we called the over on that on Friday, if I'm not mistaken. Did we not say that was going to go into the later rounds? Yes.
Yeah.
What did you think of the fight?
Well, some odd judging, I thought. Sometimes it's close, and the close, I'm good. I'm fine with close fights, but the judge that gave it to Pitbull 49-46.
Did you think it was McKee when he said 49-46? Sheree and I looked at each other and we're like, "Oh, McKee won." I thought for sure it was McKee.
Yeah, done. So that was odd.
Pitbull had a great game plan. Like he executed his game plan to a T.
Yeah, I thought McKee won, but it was a close. I'm not screaming highway robbery.
No, I didn't think so either.
The 46. That's concerning. One, and then two. My biggest takeaway from the fight.
What?
The real winner of this fight is Bellator, because now you get to run it back and have the trilogy.
They're not going to run it back. Not unless it's at 55. McKee said he's done at 45. He said the only way they run it back is if Pitbull goes up to 55.
Then what's McKee talking about all this Volk nonsense? And he wants UFC.
He does not want Volk. Come on.
No. But what I was about to say was the winner is Bellator, because then they get the trilogy at some point.
Yeah.
Maybe not, but whatever. They get the trilogy. The loser actually is the loser's actually AJ McKee and Pitbull, because now there's without a shadow of the doubt that Volk's the best 145er on the planet.
Yeah, I think that pretty much.
Their stocks both dropped a little. I mean, it was a good fight, but they're not on Volk's level. We know this.
I thought Pitbull was pretty. I was impressed with the way that he turned it around after that first fight.
He's been that standard at Bellator for a long time. We already knew he was there, and if he could have come and finished AJ McKee, his stock could have come. I'm just saying, like, we just know, like, I mean, I guess there's no real way to know, but it's like, I'm pretty confident Volk beats both of them.
Volk is on another level, in my opinion.
So it's
is Aaron Pico the real deal or what?
Oh yeah, dude, but we've known that for a while.
Kid's a killer, man. How old is that guy? Golden
Gloves boxer.
25 years old.
And he's in college wrestler. I mean, he's got it.
He's a stud. Props to that kid for stepping up on short notice and taking a beating.
Oh my gosh. I mean,
yeah, there's nothing else really on that fight. Stay tuned. This weekend we have Bellator, Bobby King's fighting.
Bobby King.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just texted him bugging him about some fighter stuff, and he's like, "Yeah, it's fight week for me. Leave me alone."
Yeah, leave me alone.
And I was my bad. Sorry, Bobby. We're cheering for you.
Yeah. All right, let's get on to UFC Fight Night, which I ended up having to go back and rewatch it because I was doing stuff Saturday night. We were wrong on the first one. Alatang and Kevin Kroom. We thought Kroom would come in there.
I thought Kroom had some value as an underdog, but
yeah, he didn't. He got knocked out in less than a minute, so we were dead wrong on that one.
He got clipped early.
Sam Hughes, man. How about Sam Hughes battling through some adversity and winning those last 2 rounds? That was impressive.
Fighting like her UFC life was at stake, and she did.
She did.
And it was.
Nunez looked sharp in the first round, and it was pretty interesting to hear Hughes after the fact talking about, hey, we knew we were going to lose that first round. Like we just knew it. She called it, and then you could see her timing start about halfway through that second round. Her timing started to get she started to get Nunez's timing round and started cracking her with the right hand. Step back, boom, right hand every time.
I won't say which one it was, but there was a fight where the game plan was, I knew I was going to get taken down. It wasn't the McDonald fight. It's a fight that actually never came to fruition. But like the game plan was like, this is going to be a 5-round fight, and you're going to get taken down for 2 rounds, and you just need to make them tired and get smashed for 2 rounds and then hope they wear out. I just remember being like, this is a horrible game plan.
You're like, I don't want to get smashed.
And Sam Hughes going in there was like, yeah, I'm going to lose the first round. I'm going to get pieced up probably, but once I get the timing, it'll be good. Oh my gosh, I hate that game plan, but worked out.
I thought Nunez was going to cruise to a victory, and once she got taken down and didn't have an answer for it, I was like, ooh, she's in trouble.
That's always scary, right? When you feel like you can stop a takedown and you realize you can't, it gives the other person confidence. Like the confidence just switch. It's very weird.
Yep. Jordan Levitt, the Monkey King, Trey Ogden. I saw a lot of people on Trey Ogden.
It was close. It was a good fight, but
experience,
Jordan,
I think.
Yeah, I was about to say Jordan's just savvy and just done it enough times that I think he knew what he needed to do to eke out the win there. It was close and it was competitive, but he just kept touching him. Those leg kicks, like I thought he fought a smart fight that could have easily gone the other way, on the judges' scorecards. But I thought he fought a smart fight. Make sure he scored points when he could score points. What's up, Mark? And it was.
What'd you think of the win? The split twerk after the win? Him and Barnett gonna have a dance off.
Little cringy for me.
That was a little. Who was it that said?
Good for him.
Was it one of the was it one of the commentators that was like, dude, if you twerk after you win a fight with me, we got to run it back, dude. We're fighting. Like if you're twerking after our fight, we're fighting. Martin Boude and Chris Barnett. I think we knew how that one was going to end.
I picked Barnett with my heart, but I said I wasn't super confident with it. But
next up, we had Rafa Garcia and Jesse Bronson. I actually thought Bronson was going to.
That was one of my underdog picks. Garcia hit. That was nice.
You were spot on. That was a good one. Jakar Close, Brandon Jenkins.
That was not debatable and Close delivered.
Yep. Pani Kianzad and Lena Landsberg. That was a decision. I didn't watch that one.
I thought Lena was tough in that fight. It was a good fight, but Pani just showed her experience. And like I said, she's just a little bit better.
Yeah.
She's a mini Rocky Pennington. Like
she is.
If you're not great somewhere and you're just okay everywhere, her boxing's good enough. She'll just beat you. She'll just touch. She works behind her jab. It's kind of a little old schoolish, but it's very simplistic, very technical, executes a good game plan, and it scores a lot. So if there's not a finish, which there's not a ton of finishes, not as many finishes in female fights, she's going to win a lot of fights doing that.
Devin Clark, William Knight.
Man,
that was
Devin Clark sleeps William Knight.
William Knight. What did we say he weighed in at? 251. That is insane. He between February, so in 2 months, that guy put on 32 pounds. That's crazy.
No, because you're saying 218. He cut down to 218.
Did he really though? Because he's supposed to fight at 205.
No, he walks around. He used to walk around north of 230.
Man, he needs to lay off the gas. I'm just assuming, guys. Monir Lazez and Losa. That was a fun fight. I did watch that one this morning. That was a fun fight.
Yeah, but
was it Lazez? Who had Burns in their corner? Lazez had Burns in his corner.
Yeah,
he looked good. His striking is really good. Pat Sabatini, TJ Laramie. I actually went for Sabatini by submission on that. I thought he would catch him.
But he ragdolled Laramie for
He did
3
ragdoll
rounds.
Bueno Silva and Wu. I did not see that fight, but it looks Silva won decision. Was it pretty close? Did you watch that?
I mean, yeah, it was close. It was competitive.
It was close. Okay. I did just finish watching Fiallo and Miguel Baez. Dude, what's up with Baez? Where does Baez goes from here?
Yeah, I thought he was doing good. He looked like the better fighter. I thought he just got caught. Did you watch the fight?
I did watch the fight. Yeah.
Don't you think that he was landing the harder shots more often?
He was landing some hard shots.
He was setting up that straight right.
I don't know if it was.
It might be a case of he's just a little bit of a one-trick pony where he has to sleep you with that right, and if he can't get you out of there with it, he's in trouble.
Yeah. I don't know if it was Cruz or DC that brought it up on there, but right before he got knocked out, they said every time he was throwing combinations, Filio would just move out of the way. He wouldn't take a step back. He would basically stay in the pocket.
Yeah.
And back. And that's exactly, he caught him with I think it was just like a short hook.
Little short hook and then an uppercut.
Right on the inside. So impressive. He was a dog. I saw a lot of people picking him. I thought Baez would get it done, but that was impressive. I did not get to watch the Baralo and Omar Gadziev. I didn't get to see that one, but I did. Yeah, that was the one. Did somebody get poked in the eye or growing shot?
Yeah, it was weird because the Russian, by the way, Rod Payne, you blew it because you said, don't bet against the Russians, and the Russian lost. But because you kind of like the Brazilian. The Brazilian was very explosive, very good. The Russian, I don't know, something just felt off with that. But yeah, he threw an illegal knee and got a point taken away from him, but the Russian couldn't continue. But enough of the fight had happened, they just went to the judge's scorecard.
Yeah.
So he won 29-27, basically.
Interesting. Yeah.
It was weird.
I did watch the Bilal Muhammad Vicente Luque. I just finished that one. I mean, Bilal came in with a game plan and he executed it. His movement was good. That side to side movement was good. He's pretty smothering when he gets on top. His wrestling's pretty legit. He gets on top of you, he's causing some problems because Luque's no slouch on the ground.
You know what sucks for Bilal Muhammad?
What's that?
He's so unlikable.
I don't really want to see him and Colby fight. I mean, I do, but I don't. That's a boring
Bilal
fight.
needs somebody like Colby to make him relevant.
He won't beat Colby, I don't think.
I don't think so either. But that's what he needs.
Don't you think that's a boring fight?
So here's the question: isn't Bilal Muhammad just a poor man's Leon Edwards?
He's
Leon really Edwards. Good. He's really good. But like Leon was kind of piecing Bilal up, right?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, well, yeah.
But neither of them, like, I mean, that is probably one of a fight with like the most consequence of like two borderline contenders that I've never cared about. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I thought Luque would. Yeah, maybe it was that movement that threw him off. Do you think that's could have been it? That his movement?
That was the worst I've seen Luque in probably 4 or 5 fights.
I mean, I was surprised.
When I say worst, and I don't think it was because Bilal was doing something, and I don't say this lightly. And I don't mean to be overly critical. You know what it looked like to me a little bit?
What's that?
Luque thought he already had that fight won and in the bag because he knocked him out kind of easily in their first fight 6 years ago.
He had a lot of pressure. He was walking through Bilal's punches. Great leg kicks too. He was beating his leg.
I feel like he underestimated Bilal in that fight.
Yeah, I mean, you got to give it to
Bilal.
He
just never showed like much urgency. Because too, even when Bilal would take him down and was smothering him, wasn't really getting hurt, never was in danger with submissions. Bilal did just enough to win those rounds, but Luque even still got up. Like, it's not like there was ever a round Bilal was just all over him and Luque couldn't even get up. Like, Luque kept getting up before the end of the rounds.
Yep.
There just wasn't enough urgency. It was very weird. It's just he just looked like he had an off night to me.
I felt like if he, few more punches, few more leg kicks in each round, he probably steals the round.
Probably.
I mean, there was a couple of those rounds I felt he was winning up until about, halfway mark.
Yeah.
Muhammad gets the takedown. Yeah, throws some shots, getting some little bit of ground and pound. Nothing too crazy, but it's control time.
Never did
it's damage.
He never did anything that popped off the screen. It's like, okay, here he comes.
Yeah. So, I mean, what's next? So Muhammad and Colby, do you like that one? Do you like that fight?
No, I like Muhammad and Hamzat.
Really? See,
yeah.
I had a.
I still want Burns and Colby, and I want Bilal and Hamzat.
Ooh, I do like Burns and Colby. You know what I really like for I forgot his name. I got to look it up now.
Sure. Ramazkov or
yeah. Rachmanov.
You know what?
Magny winner. The winner of that fight. Because they've been kind of chirping. Rachmanov. Yeah.
Rachmanov. There you
go. Yeah. Magny. The winner of that one and Chimaev. I like it. I kind of don't want to. I don't know if I want to throw Chimaev in with I mean, we did just throw him in with Burns, and he beat him. And he beat him. Yeah.
I'm telling Bilal and Chimaev. That's the fight. Bilal said after he watched that fight, he said Hamzat can beat everybody in this division besides me. Well, you both basically on a week's difference fought. Those two should fight in 3 to 4 months.
He called out.
Bilal, good luck out wrestling Chimaev.
He called out Colby though. Sounds like he wants Colby.
Well, that's because Colby won, right? Or Colby? No, because Colby because he beat Jorge. Dude, if I'm Colby, the Bilal fight does nothing for me. It's like building a fight with a stick that can't talk. Like, dude, if I'm Colby, I'm so sick of trying to build fights. Like that was what I think that's what was so nice for Colby with the Jorge fight.
Yeah.
Jorge can build a fight with you.
The top 5 in that welterweight division is pretty stacked. There's a couple up and comers in the top 15, but nobody that really. I mean, Sean Brady stands out, and then Rachmanov.
Hey, Bilal, fight Sean Brady. See what happens.
I like that fight.
If you don't, I get it. You always you call out the person ahead of you, right?
Yeah,
they're ranked ahead of you, and he might be able to get that Colby fight because what does Bilal move up to now? Because they were 4-5, right?
Or
5-6.
Showing him at 6 on the.
They were okay. So Luque and Bilal were 5-6. So he's going to at least move up to 5. Who's 4?
4 is Burns.
He might jump Burns. Maybe.
So then he goes to 4, and then you got Chimaev, Edwards, Covington. Edwards gets the title shot, right? Dana's already said that.
Sure, who cares?
Doesn't excite you?
Huh?
Edwards and Usman doesn't excite you?
Not even a little bit. Does it you?
I mean, not really.
Exactly. Leon's boring, but so is Bilal. And you know what? I'll never like somebody that wears sunglasses inside.
Oh man. What about
you can't handle it. It's one of the stupidest sticks you can have.
With the
in the cage? Are you kidding me?
He is pretty unlike Muhammad's. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. I don't mind.
Fighter. Dude, he's the same thing as Leon Edwards. He does everything right except be entertaining.
Yeah, his fights aren't very entertaining.
It's like the meme I sent you. Hey, here, real quick. Look at me. Look at me.
Yeah.
Look at me. You're not looking anywhere else.
Yeah.
You're not looking anything up.
Yeah.
Off the top of your head, name the most impressive Bilal finish you've ever seen.
I was just getting ready to look it up. I can't think of one.
Bilal does not have 1 minute where you're like, whoa. Right?
That's what I was looking up was when was his last finish? I don't know. Do you know? Did you look it up earlier?
Did you look it up? You know how when Darren Till was on his rise and he knocked out Cerrone and it was like, whoa. One, he's not my favorite fighter. Stop it. 2, I am critical of Conor for doing it as well. And 3, at least he's a gajillionaire. Bilal, nobody even knows who he is. And when you do things, I mean, I don't like wearing sunglasses inside. I don't even like it when people wear sunglasses when it's cloudy out.
He has one finish by rear naked choke almost 3 years ago against Takashi Soto in round 3 in the UFC.
Yeah. Fiji even said he's worse than Curtis Blades in terms of star power. He can't even get through. But I feel like Blades is at least building. He finishes dudes.
About every 3 years, this guy gets a finish because then three years before that, 2016 in UFC against Augusto Montano. I don't even know who that is. And then he did have a ground and pound in Titan FC, but
oh wow, yeah, that stands off the charts. Shout out Titan FC, great promotion down in Florida, I believe. Sorry, Bilal, dude, be interesting, be a little bit interesting when you're trying to make your mark. So here's another difference. Conor, he was fun in the cage, right? What do you know Conor for? Knocking people out,
knocking people out. Yeah.
When Bilal, when you're known for being the guy that grinds out decision after decision after decision, and then wearing your sunglasses in the cage, it's not good. He's not bad on Twitter.
Isn't that what Colby did? Just grind out decisions. Colby's same way, isn't he?
But then he became interesting.
He became
a douchebag, but he became an interesting douchebag.
Yeah, he could have changed that around so much. He could have used that. He could have played the good guy, All-American.
He needs to.
GSP is exception to the rule.
Yes, but even when GSP was here and doing it, he wasn't appreciated.
He wasn't appreciated. I didn't appreciate it. I'll admit it. When he was
No, I
fighting, I'm
think
like, I
everybody
hated
admits
it.
it.
I
I
hated
think
it.
I think everybody admits it in the time.
Yeah.
GSP became the most when he got to the point where he could just out wrestle people and like, and he got to this point where he's like, I win fights, I control, I take very
Yeah.
little damage, like that, and I get paid to win. Like he figured it out and he's like, I don't care if people don't like me, this is what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
GSP wasn't appreciated then, he is now, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Dude, Khabib was getting that a little bit until he finished Conor Poirier Gaethje.
That was, yeah.
Right?
Yep. Same.
Like people are complaining the same thing about Khabib. It's not exciting. It just, but now he kind of made just smashing people.
Smash.
Popular. Yeah, Bilal needs somebody, a dance partner like Colby, that will rise his own stock, because, or Bilal should just become extremely outspoken and just every other sentence should be about how he can beat Khamzat Chimaev and try and get that fight, because people will watch Khamzat, and if he beats Khamzat, then he'll get a little bit of respect. That's the other bummer, is like Vicente Luque is not a huge star. I think he's pretty underrated and underappreciated. So beating him the way he did even was just like 95% of the fans were just like, meh.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
I kind of had a little flip out on TikTok over this weekend because people were complaining about how boring this card was.
I didn't think it was boring.
Because Bilal Muhammad and Vicente Luque is your main event, and that shouldn't be a main event fight.
Why? They were both on win streaks.
Well, that's what I said. Well, here's what I said. How are you going to call yourself an MMA and UFC fan and then complain that we're having fights every weekend? You just complain just to complain.
Yeah, they're all not going to be pay-per-views. Like, they're good fights.
But okay, so since they started this, it was COVID, right? When we started doing this every weekend thing, right?
Yep.
Name the last card where you watched it and was like, that was a waste of a night. I should have done something else.
Wasn't there one a couple weeks ago?
No.
I thought there was one a couple weeks ago that was kind of a dud. I don't remember which one it was.
But but come on,
as a fan, I love it. I don't care who's fighting. I want to watch it.
I just want to watch fights.
I want to watch it. I don't care. Oh, before I forget, PFL Wednesday. Our boy Clay Collard against UFC vet Jeremy Stevens. Is that not going to be a banger or what?
The best line I think I heard Dana ever say is the best line I ever heard Dana say was when he said Jeremy Stevens is vicious. He brushes his teeth aggressively, or with bad intentions or something like that. Oof,
that's going to be
for this.
What?
I think Clay knocks him out.
I think he does too. Is there odds?
I think Clay has better hands and is more technically sound.
What's I'm trying to see if there's odds on that yet.
Dude, Fiji's coming in with the heat. Bilal's best win was against the conscience that tells him to wear sunglasses inside.
Oh, he must be commenting on your thing. Huh?
Yeah, I have my feed on just so I can kind of.
Oh yeah. Yeah, man. I don't know what it is about Bilal. But you think Collard knocks him out? Who do you think's favored? Who do you think's gonna be favored?
I think Clay's a slight favorite.
Is he?
Last I checked, yeah. Hold on, look it up real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. Dead even. Bet 365 has it at -116 a piece. 5 dimes opened up have Jeremy just a slight favorite at -115. The comeback is -105 for Collard. Ooh, that's going to be interesting. That's going to be very interesting. I got to throw some money on Collard. I think Collard gets it done. I think he knocks him out. Does the fight go to the ground? Does anybody think that fight goes to the ground? Because I do not think that fight goes to the ground. Those two are going to bang. What's Jeremy at? Jeremy Stevens. Let's see. How old is he? He's 35. coming off of 1, 2, 3, 4. He's coming off a 5-fight losing streak. Jeremy Stephens.
Jeremy?
Yeah, but he's lost to Aldo, Zabit, Yair, Cater, and Gamrot.
Well, it's not like he was losing to bums either.
No, he definitely wasn't losing to bums. But has he kind of reached his peak? I mean, he's 35 years old.
Probably. I mean, how many fights does he have?
He's 47 47 fights.
Yeah, dude, he's got a lot of miles on there.
A lot of miles. Clay's got 29 fights. He's going to be younger. He's going to be bigger too. 2-inch height advantage and a 2-inch reach advantage for Clay. And his boxing is legit. Jeremy's in trouble.
Clay's hands are too fast for Jeremy Stephens, I think.
Yeah, Jeremy's in trouble. We need that line out now. Call my bookie. Book it. Odds are pretty much even. I don't know if you heard that before you took your little potty break. Hey, what do you think about Dana White saying we might get Stipe and Jones this summer?
Do you believe it?
No.
Neither do I.
I don't believe it.
I saw everybody blowing up. I think in an ideal world, Dana would love to believe that that's going to happen. I don't even think Dana believes it, but I think Dana is trying to show everybody, I'm not the reason John Jones isn't fighting. John Jones is the reason John Jones isn't fighting. So if Dana keeps floating his name out there, he's putting it on John of why he's not fighting. I think it's going to be Stipe and Tai Tuivasa. That's what I think.
The whole John Jones thing's just kind of lost its luster in the last 2 years. See, I'm with you, Mason. Yeah. I don't think Jones will ever fight again. I give up on Jones' fight. See, I think if we took a poll, the general consensus, I think most fans would just be like, we don't really care anymore.
Not only do we think that, who cares if he fights again?
I don't think anybody does.
I don't think anybody does either. He is
2 or 3 years. 2 or 3 years ago, yeah, we want to see it.
We've all lost faith in him. I was having this conversation last week with somebody because they're like, why? But like, why wouldn't they want him to fight? Oh, I think that John thinks that he's the UFC needs him. I don't think his ego and stuff has come to the conclusion yet of the UFC. He needs the UFC way more than the UFC needs him. And oh, by the way, he's under contract, and the UFC can just make it so he never fights anywhere else either.
Yeah,
they don't have to release him. As long as they keep offering him fights, as long as he's offered 3 fights a year, they're upholding their end of their contracts. That's standard in their contracts.
I mean, he's getting up there in age too. He's 34.
And
30,
a lot of miles.
He'll be 35 this year, and the kid's been fighting since 2008.
And like, just I don't know, man. Like, I just don't see it with John. I just don't.
Yeah.
But at the same time too, say John and Stipe come in and John head kicks Stipe in the first round and puts him to sleep. Then now we're off to the races again with John Jones.
We're all pumped up again about John Jones.
We haven't seen killer John Jones in about 5 years.
No, because we had Reyes. We thought he lost the split decision with Santos. Anthony Smith, he pretty much murdered. Gustafsson, the second fight, he murdered him. Daniel Cormier, that was the head kick to punches.
That was the last time I felt like we saw killer John Jones.
Yeah. OSP. DC. Yeah, that DC fight in 2017 when he head kicked him was like.
So 5 years ago.
Ooh. Yeah.
But you knew he wanted to beat DC so bad. Like, that meant something to him, right?
Yeah.
I don't think the rest of the fights really meant anything to him.
Yeah. Stipe and Tai Tuivasa. Let's get it. I like it. I like that one.
And I'll be honest, I have no idea how that fight goes.
Me either. I've gone back and forth because I don't think it's not easy. That's not an easy fight for Stipe at all. As a matter of
No,
fact, I'd
but
probably say Jones would be favored.
no, I'm saying Tai Tuivasa and Stipe.
Oh, I don't know how that fight goes either. Because where's Stipe at? Where's Stipe's head at? How motivated is Stipe right now? Because he's getting a little long in the tooth as well. And he's had some wars his last few fights.
Huh.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. All I know is shouldn't Stipe wait for a third fight and get Ngannou? Yeah, but he's been out for a while though. I don't know if he and Ngannou's going to be out for a while too, isn't he? With his knee surgeries?
Stylistically, yeah, he's out till next year probably.
Yeah.
Till the end of this year, next year. Stylistically, who's the best heavyweight up there that's up there for Stipe right now?
For him to beat or for to beat him?
If the UFC if there's an interim title fight, he's a part of it, right? No and ifs or buts.
Yes. He's got to
so
be.
Stylistically, if I'm Stipe, are you saying give me anybody? Or are you going like it's Stipe and Tai, right?
It's got to be Tai. I mean, Gaines number one. I mean, but he's just coming off a loss.
But so here's my other question. What if Tai knocks out Stipe? Then what does he do?
Oh, he's got to fight for the title then. If Tai knocks out Stipe?
Stipe. If Stipe
knocks out Tai.
If Stipe gets knocked out next, his next fight too, that's the other thing for Stipe. That's why he's saying, why don't you just wait? Because if he gets knocked out, and he could by Tai or John or Gain or Tom Aspinall or any of those boys, Curtis Blades is up there. Curtis Blades is a bad matchup for him. If I'm him, I'm saying absolutely no to Curtis Blades.
Tom Aspinall's 6 right now.
Yeah. So all those fights for Stipe, they have their own dangers. Dude, I think I'm with Mason on this. I'm going to the UFC and I'm going to say, you know what? Whatever. My next fight isn't for an interim title. It's for the real deal. And I want that trilogy with Ngannou.
Yeah.
And you owe me that.
When was their fight? Last year? Did they fight last year?
Beginning of last year.
So 2 years. Oh, man. That'll be a 2-year layoff.
But from what I've heard, he's put on muscle, about 10, 12 pounds of muscle. He's trying to bulk up a little bit.
Ooh.
Not be a smaller heavyweight anymore, but put on the weight the correct way slowly. He's taken a couple years and put on some good 10, 12 pounds of muscle.
Yeah.
And making sure he can still move the way he needs to for a 5-round fight.
Heavyweight division is getting very interesting. Very interesting. There's some interesting stuff coming up. I like it.
What's this weekend?
This weekend is Amanda Lemos and Amanda Lemos and Jessica Andrade. It's another little fight night. It's a pretty good card. Clay Guida's fighting Claudio Pulas. Tanner Bowser and against Alexander Romanov is on there. Macy Barber against Montana De La Rosa. Charles Jourdain's on this card. Jordan Wright.
That's a big step up for Amanda Lemos.
Dude, Ike Villanueva, baby. Gotta love Ike.
I liked him till he lost his money his last time we got knocked out.
And then another Mongolian guy that I am not going to pronounce that guy's name. The Mongolian murderer.
Tyson Pedro's back.
Yeah, that's who's fighting Ike.
Ooh, we haven't seen that's Tai Tuivasa's cousin.
Well, he's lost his last. He has fought in 3 years, 3.5 years.
The last time he lost, him and Ty both lost on the same night.
Dude, he's a heavy favorite in this fight.
He should be.
He's a minus. You're going to give him minus 500 against Ike. Dude, Ike can crack. He's got old man strength.
Oh. Dog.
Is this a heavyweight? No, it's at light heavyweight.
You need to go rewatch Tyson Pedro, sir.
Oh, I'm not saying. I'm just throwing it out there.
You need to go watch Tyson Pedro.
I do need to go watch him. Yeah, this is another card I bet you people complain about. They're not going to like it. I like it. Give me fights every weekend. If you're giving me fights every weekend, I am not complaining.
Yeah, if you're putting this out once a month, I'm complaining.
You don't have to pay for it. Well, you ESPN Plus. Okay. So you're paying what? It's $100 a year, $120 for the year. It's paid
Ooh.
money.
Hold on.
Did you see Earl Spence Jr. stop Hughes, and we might get Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford? You don't care about boxing, do you?
Nobody cares.
Crawford and Spence, dude, that's a big fight.
Nobody
boxing.
Cares. Nobody cares.
Boxing fans will care about that one. If
it doesn't involve Jake Paul, nobody cares.
Jake Paul called out Bisping.
Oh, Twitter. Bisping roasted him.
Did he? I didn't see what he said.
Oh yeah, did you see it? Bisping said something because Jake Paul said something about his eye.
Oh.
And Bisping came back and he's like, yeah, but he goes, I have two things you'll never have. One, I was a UFC world champion. And two, I'm respected by all the fighters. You'll never have those two things. And you have to deal with that. And he's not wrong.
Oh, burn.
Stick it, twist.
Did you see? I haven't listened to it yet.
Bisping.
Yeah, Bisping's. He's growing on me. I told you after listening to his podcast, I'm like, okay, he's growing on me.
I'm watching season 3 of The Ultimate Fighter right now. I love Bisping.
Did you see Triple C and Mighty Mouse? They did a little podcast thing. No. I haven't listened to it. They one of them posted it on their Instagram, just a little 30-second clip of it. But they're just chatting it up and talking about the fight, and it's pretty cool. I like it.
I bet you Mason's already listened to it 18 times.
Because he's a Triple C fan. Does he have a pillow? If he doesn't have a pillow of Triple C's face, then he's not a fan. Sorry, Mason. Just not a fan, dog.
I think he had one until his wife said, get the life-size
get
out of the bed.
Oh, man. All right. Are we done for this one? We got Joel Harrell coming on in 15 minutes to talk about his fight April 30th. Did we miss anything? Is that everything?
I think so.
Nothing else to talk about? Hey, Sauced Up Salsa. Go see George and get you some freaking salsa. That's the best freaking salsa I've had. George, I'm going to go order some online right now. And if you have not gotten your tickets yet, go to fiercefightingchampionship.com and get your tickets starting at only $23 at the Maverick Center. Banging card.
Come in, have a seat, have a good time.
This literally could be the last time you see Mitch Ramirez fighting in Salt Lake City. You might have to pay to see him on a pay-per-view card very soon. ESPN Plus. Yes, come check it out. I'm excited. All right, we'll see you guys in 15 minutes. We got Joel coming on for our Fighter Spotlight, and we out.